Another elite talent at the wide receiver position, albeit coming off a pretty rough year, Connor. By his standards, he was banged up. DK Metcalf, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting DK has requested a trade. The Seahawks have agreed to explore options. How do you think this ends up?
Well, number one, he needs to be paid. So when you're acquiring a player that needs to be paid, that gives you a discount on the trade right away. I know there's rumors out there that they want a 1 and a 3. I don't see that happening. I think this deal should be done for a second-round pick, factoring in that you owe DK Metcalf a contract that could be up to $30 or even more, $30 million a year. I think two things for me. And the first one is that you think of the landing spots and you think of teams that really need wide receiver. The New England Patriots come to mind right away because they just haven't been able to get anyone there. They tried with Ayuk last year. They had the big deal on the table for him. They didn't get it done. The second thing is, and we'll get to Tyler Lockett in a minute, Jackson Smith-Njigba is poised for just a monster year in this offense now, guys.
Yeah, a real breakout year last year for my guy, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Friend of the podcast, by the way.
Or Connor's guy, but that's okay.
I don't know. He was on my team. He was on Live at Noon on the Cock, which is the two-time defending champion of the FF Happy Hour League of Assholes, just so you know. So if he was Connor's guy, maybe Connor should have drafted him, but he didn't. I drafted him, and he led me to a second title in which JSN and I showed him our team on air.
What do you think about that?
He was very excited. He's like, I can't believe Connor didn't drop me. I thought I was Connor's guy.
Yeah. By the way, Tyler Lockett's my guy, and he drinks for free, despite Matthew's best efforts to force him into retirement. Tyler Lockett, he will be moving on.
I did force him into retirement from the Seahawks.
Yes,
again.
You made the Seahawks release him.
Right. A lot of people, and I put
cold-hearted man.
I put this out on social media, and I just want to, for the air as well, in case you didn't see me put this out there. But a lot of people have been saying, like, hey, why did the Seahawks release Tyler Lockett? Is it because of that holding penalty away from the ball at the end of Week 4 that negated a pass from JSN that allowed a Jay Croucher to beat me by 0.14 points in the League of Assholes? And the answer is no. I do not believe that is why the Seahawks released him. I can't rule it out, however. I have heard some rumors that is why, that they waited till the end of the year, like, I can't believe you did that. They've got to, but ultimately I think this is probably just more of a contract thing than retribution for my loss to Jay.
It's actually, I went back through the text chain that we have for our league to see Matthew's reactions in real time to that Tyler Lockett. Not a great reflection on Matthew Berry, I have to say. Not his finest moment. There was some profanity.
If that was the reason that he got released way back in week 4, he'll make it up to you this year when he's wide receiver 3 for your Commanders.
There you go.
He'll make
That'd
it
be
up
a good
to
fit.
you.
By the way, I would take that. All jokes aside, this is true, actually. I mean, I just remember because that was a Monday night game and we were all watching it in real time, and you and I had gone back and forth, and we'd been so close, and we'd made such a big deal of it on Monday's show. Yes. And so the text chain back and forth, and I am swearing up a storm. I'm like a sailor. I'm like a sailor.
I threw the toys out to cram.
I was full on having a full on meltdown, just losing it as well. But real talk for a second. I've met Tyler Lockett a couple of times.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Tyler Lockett, by the way, one of the best people in the NFL, bar none. I have never heard anyone say something bad about Tyler Lockett. He is like the consummate teammate, professional. Like, he is just an awesome human being, and we wish him well wherever he lands. I would happily take him on the Commanders. He can still play. He's just not. He's a 3. He's not a 2 anymore. He's not a 1 or a 2 anymore. He's a 3, but he still has some tank left in the gas.
Gas left in the tank.
Or that.
I put a lot of tank in my gas.
Yeah, English is my second language, in fairness.
Horrible.
In fairness to me. That is one nugget that came out of the Combine as well, is that the Patriots are really looking for a wide receiver 1. We'll try to do whatever they can to get some help for Drake May and this new coaching staff. And so DK Metcalf there does make sense. But to your point, like, if you're an NFL team, you're like, wait, so I have to give up compensation to go get him, and then I've got to give up a lot more money to re-sign him. So that makes it tough. There may be teams that just say, we're going to call your bluff, and we think Seattle may release him. Ultimately, he probably gets dealt, but I agree with you. It's not for a 1 and a 3.
Yeah, he's just too young of a receiver to just get thrown to the streets like that.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.